Some of the best memories I've ever made were on days when I was bored.
Wow. Wow. Big news coming from acapella group Home Free today. News that I'm sure is going to leave some people surprised, sad even. I mean, you know how stuff like this goes. It's always bittersweet. I want to say that when I first started my channel here, the first group of people that helped get my channel off the ground were the Home Fries. Fans of Home Free flocked to my channel. I had heard of Home Free, but I had never actually heard Home Free. And now all of these years later, I mean, I've heard so much of their stuff. I've covered some of their songs on the channel. I've, of course, done the reaction videos, and they're just brilliant. Home Free, all 5 of them are absolutely amazing talents, individually and especially together. And I have loved getting to go on that journey of listening to some of their old stuff, their new stuff, just tremendous. And today, some news, like I said, comes out that probably makes some people sad, surprises some people. Austin Brown announced that he will be leaving Home Free. I think they said this fall is when he is set to leave Home Free to pursue other things. Obviously, Austin has been putting out some solo work over the last few years. In addition to stuff with Home Free, he's done a lot of solo stuff, not just covers, but I mean, he's put out some original stuff as well. And one would assume he is going to kind of pursue that solo career, and he's definitely got the voice to do it. I mean, listen, I know many of us would have just wanted him to stay with Home Free forever, but I mean, his voice is so incredible. I had Austin on the channel a couple of years ago for an interview on Zoom, and just such a nice guy. And we got to talk about his background. Obviously, his background in musical theater. He worked on a cruise ship. You know, he has some gospel in his background, obviously some country, some other things, some classical. I mean, he is just well-versed in types of music that he can sing, and we've seen that with Home Free and as a solo artist. And one thing I want to say, that day that I interviewed him, what you didn't see is that after the interview was over, we continued to sit there and talk for another good few minutes there on Zoom. My wife came in. She wasn't my wife then. She was still my fiance. But she came in, and we talked to Austin for a little bit. Just such a nice guy. Very humble guy. And what a talent. You know, just an unbelievable talent. And I appreciated him coming on then and getting to know him. I actually reached out to him when they released their last album, So Long Dixie. And just was like, dude, this album is unbelievable. And he was very, humbled and thankful for that. And I think that's such a key to any of this, you know, because a lot of people are going to be upset about it. It's just the nature of it. People don't like when stuff like this changes, and there are going to be people that are upset about it. But when you're as humble as I believe Austin is, and as talented and doing things the right way, you know, treating people right and just approaching it with dignity and humility, I think the sky is the limit for him and what he'll be able to do. And I have been vocal about this on the channel when I've talked about Home Free, how much I love Austin's voice. I have said time and time again, if this dude ever wants to go solo, he could do it. You know, some of y'all got mad at me because you were like, no, he should stay with Home Free forever. And he could have done that and that would have been totally fine. But he can definitely do it. He has got a voice that is so easy to distinguish from other voices. I mean, nobody else out there, especially in country music, if that's what he goes to do, nobody else is doing it like him. You know, I hear some Ronnie Dunn in his voice. I hear just a voice that when you hear it on the radio, you'll be able to say, oh, I know that's Austin Brown. You know, sometimes you hear these country artists and it's like, is that this guy or that guy? You know, because some of them sound a lot alike. I'm not dogging them. I'm just saying a lot of them sound a lot alike. But Austin doesn't really sound like anybody else. And that's why I think he could really go far as a solo artist. And so I am glad to see him pursuing that because, you know, the solo stuff that he has done that I've heard has just been tremendous. And he's got just such a pure tone to his voice that is so easy to listen to and comforting. And so I am excited for solo stuff, but of course times like this are bittersweet. And of course you're going to miss him with Home Free. I mean, of course. Obviously hearing that high tenor voice, on their covers and things that they've done. I mean, it's just so nice. And like I said, the pure tone, but I'm sure they will find somebody to fill his place, and you got to have faith that they'll find somebody good. But he's got a few more months with them. They're putting out a new album. They talked about that's an exciting part of it. They are putting out a new album. He's still going to do tour dates with them, I think, until the fall. And I gotta say, I'm happy for Austin. I'm happy for the roads that he's going to be going down now as a solo artist and exploring new things. I'm very excited, and sometimes, like in life, no matter what line of work you're in, change is necessary sometimes. And he's been with Home Free for a while. They've had a great run, and by the looks of things in the statement, it doesn't look like it's bad blood or anything like that. A lot of people like to make up their own stories when stuff like this happens about, well, I heard such and such is mad at so and so, and I heard that the reason he's really leaving is, I mean, I just didn't get that vibe from the statement they put out on Twitter, X, whatever. I didn't get that vibe at all. I think that it's just one of those things where it's on good terms, and that's the most that you can ask for. And like I said, I'm thrilled for him because I believe he's got the voice to do it. Humble guy, nice guy. And I think good things happen to people like that. And so thrilled for him, thrilled for everybody in his circle. And I'm thrilled for Home Free too, because you know what? Home Free's going to be fine. For those who are worried about Home Free, I understand you love the sound of Home Free with Austin, but I think Home Free's going to be just fine. There's a lot of great singers out there who are undiscovered, and this might be an opportunity for somebody. It will be a great opportunity for somebody to come along and take his place. And I'm excited for Home Free and the opportunity they have to bring somebody new into the mix. I'm excited for Austin. I'm excited for their new album and the tour dates they're going to go on. I think they're going to be near me soon, so I'll definitely go see them. But I do understand for the home fries, this may be kind of a bittersweet day. Of course, when stuff like this happens, it is sad. Even if you understand it, even if you're excited for the people involved, it still is bittersweet and sad. And so I understand that. But, good for Austin, good for Home Free. And, the times they are a-changing, but that's okay. That's okay. Everybody will get through it together. Thank you guys for joining me. Happy for everybody involved with this situation. Bye, everybody.